Hello and welcome to my newest game. This is Sunlight. This would be my third game that I built from scratch. The first game was called Duck Park, and you controlled a duck and you quacked and you ate bugs. Second one was you were a little frog on a pond and you went and collected coins, spoke to the kingfisher. And now you're a robot powered by a plant. This is my biggest game by a long margin and has something that none of those other games had. Jumping. Also has a slightly janky animation cycle. You can see his little legs going there. The biggest map by a long shot, and it's one where I want to tell a bit of a story with the environment. So I guess that's a first for me as well. I already made this game, but the level I made for it was much smaller, and in the end it just really didn't capture what I was looking for, so I started from scratch. And a big part of that was finding out about Pro Builder as a way to create all of this geometry. Did a lot of sketches, spent a lot of time on Pinterest looking at interesting architecture. A lot of brutalism and the like. You know, because it's kind of alien and it's interesting to look at, you know, all these big, strong lines and shapes. And also because it plays to the strength of the modeling engine. And one thing I like about this game, well, two things. You've got camera control, which means you get to really take a look at the environment, appreciate it from different angles. At least I appreciate it. I think it looks cool. But the other part is that having a jumping element just provides so much more interaction than my previous games did, you know. And it's the first game where you can fail to a degree. Now you can't actually die in this game, not properly. But you can fail jumps. And it being my first script with jumping, oh blimey. As you can imagine, it's not the smoothest experience. I'm not very good with keyboard and mouse to begin with anyway, so. But it is an interesting way of engaging. I really like the way the light comes through those arches and creates those long shadows. I think that's cool. And oops. Alright. Let's try that again. You'll notice that these little platforms here are moving, but the character does not move with them. I'll have to potentially try and come up with some way to make the character stick to them. Or maybe not, you know, I mean, there's always a question, I think, with these things about how far you actually want to take them. There we go. One last jump. Don't mess it up. Lovely. Alright. Sound effects are very rudimentary. You know, they're very crunchy and they basically repeat the same sounds. In fact, the jump and the walk sounds are the same. They're just pitched differently. But I want that along with this pixelated look. that we've got on everything. And then to help lend the sense of scale, there's a spherical shader that's attached to the character that gives everything this fog. And I wanted to use that instead of the default fog that's in Unity, because it would give me more control. And I think it comes out nicer actually. It has a really, kind of reminds me a bit of Blade Runner 2049? With all those scenes and the yellow dust. I don't know if I can make this jump. No! That's alright, you're not supposed to. But yeah, that's about as far as I've gotten with this. This game is free to download, or this version of it is free to download right now. If you want to. There's a little bit more to explore. I'd love to know what you think about it all, and whether you enjoy it, whether it's got good vibes. There is more work to be done. Not much more, but you know, I've got to finish the game, I've got to put an end to it, and I've got to make this climbable. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed.